In the annals of cinematic performance, few actors embody the concept of transformative dedication quite like Christian Bale. His career is a testament to an acting philosophy often termed method acting, where actors delve deep into the psychological and physical realities of their characters. But where does dedication end and obsession begin? Bale's approach, characterized by drastic body changes and immersive psychological preparation, frequently blurs this line, inviting both critical acclaim and serious concerns regarding his well-being. This journey into his craft reveals a profound commitment, but also the potential pitfalls of such extreme immersion. To understand Bale's journey, we first define method acting, a technique derived from Konstantin Stanislavski's system. It encourages actors to use their own experiences and emotions to portray characters authentically. Rather than merely mimicking, practitioners aim to truly inhabit the role, bringing a profound realism to their performances. Key tenets include emotional recall, sense memory, and physical embodiment. While many actors employ elements of the method, Bale's particular brand pushes these principles to their outermost extremes, often with consequences that extend far beyond the film set. Before his most famous transformations, Bale exhibited hints of his intense preparation in American Psycho, 2000. To portray the narcissistic investment banker Patrick Bateman, Bale spent months rigorously training, honing a physique that was both chiseled and eerily detached. He adopted an American accent, isolated himself, and even meticulously organized his apartment, mirroring Bateman's obsessive attention to detail. This early role showcased a commitment not just to physical appearance, but to the psychological underpinnings of a deeply disturbed character, establishing a pattern of immersive preparation that would only escalate. The year 2004 marked a pivotal moment in Bale's career and his method acting legacy with The Machinist. For the role of the insomniac factory worker Trevor Resnick, Bale embarked on one of the most drastic weight losses in cinematic history. His diet was shockingly minimal: 1 apple and 1 can of tuna per day, occasionally black coffee and water. This extreme regimen, self-imposed without medical supervision, pushed his body to a perilous state, revealing the skeletal frame that became synonymous with the character's psychological decay. It was a commitment that generated awe, but also sparked significant health warnings. The numbers behind Bale's transformation for The Machinist are stark. Starting at approximately 180 pounds, he shed over 60 pounds, reaching a dangerously low weight of 120 pounds for his 6-foot frame. This reduction resulted in a body mass index of around 16.2, well below the healthy threshold of 18.5 and bordering on severe malnutrition. His daily calorie intake plummeted to an estimated 270 calories. The physical toll included muscle loss, extreme fatigue, and difficulty sleeping, ironic, given his character's insomnia. Doctors advised against such drastic measures, highlighting the significant health risks involved. Following The Machinist, Bale faced an even more daunting challenge, rapidly gaining muscle for Batman Begins, released just a year later in 2005. He needed to bulk up to portray the caped crusader's formidable physique. This meant reversing severe malnutrition and engaging in an intense regimen of weightlifting and high-calorie eating. Initially, he overshot the mark, gaining so much weight that director Christopher Nolan reportedly told him he was too fat for Batman. This rapid oscillation between extreme emaciation and muscular bulk highlighted not only his dedication but also the immense stress placed on his body's metabolic system. While Christian Bale's transformations are iconic, it's insightful to compare his approach to another acclaimed method actor, Daniel Day-Lewis. Day-Lewis is renowned for staying in character throughout filming, learning practical skills like shoemaking for The Last of the Mohicans or speaking only in a wheelchair for My Left Foot. His immersion is psychological and experimental. Bale, conversely, often focuses heavily on extreme physical alterations and rapid body recomposition, alongside psychological immersion. Both are dedicated, but Bale's path often involves more drastic, visible bodily changes, raising unique questions about physical sacrifice versus sustained psychological immersion. In 2010, Bale once again embraced extreme weight loss for The Fighter, portraying Dickie Eklund, a former boxer turned crack addict. he dropped significant weight to embody Eklund's gaunt, drug-ravaged appearance. This role earned him an Academy Award, yet it required him to revisit the very physical challenges he'd faced with The Machinist, albeit to a slightly lesser degree. The performance was lauded for its raw authenticity, but the repeated stress on his body to achieve these looks became a recurring pattern, suggesting a willingness to continually push biological boundaries for his art. David O. Russell, who directed Bale in The Fighter and American Hustle, has frequently spoken about Bale's dedication. Russell once remarked on Bale's commitment to The Fighter, stating, "He goes to the bone, literally. He gets to a point where he's a skeleton of a man." This sentiment underscores the profound impact Bale's physical transformations have on those working with him, creating both admiration for his craft and a palpable concern for his well-being. Directors appreciate the authenticity, yet they are also acutely aware of the sacrifices required to achieve it. Just 3 years later, in 2013, Bale showcased his versatility by swinging to the opposite extreme for American Hustle, gaining significant weight to play Irving Rosenfeld, a paunchy con artist. He consumed large amounts of food, resulting in a reported weight gain of over 40 pounds. The transformation included a receding hairline and a slumped posture, meticulously crafted to disappear into the character. This role not only demonstrated his physical chameleon-like abilities but also his willingness to radically alter his appearance regardless of the direction, whether it meant shedding or packing on pounds, all for the sake of the character. In 2018's Vice, Bale portrayed former Vice President Dick Cheney, undergoing perhaps his most comprehensive transformation yet. This included gaining over 40 pounds, shaving his head, and enduring hours in the makeup chair for prosthetics. He even reportedly exercised his neck to create a thicker appearance and studied Cheney's mannerisms extensively. This wasn't merely weight gain, it was an attempt to physically morph into another person, blurring the lines between actor and character to an astonishing degree. The dedication was total, from his physical form down to his vocal cadence, creating an uncanny resemblance. The relentless cycle of extreme weight loss and gain has undoubtedly taken a severe toll on Bale's body. Rapid fluctuations in weight can lead to a myriad of health issues, including metabolic imbalances, cardiovascular strain, muscle degradation, and hormonal disruption. Each transformation taxes the liver, kidneys, and heart, increasing the risk of long-term complications. For an actor in his mid-40s, such extreme physical demands are not sustainable without significant health risks. Doctors have repeatedly warned against these practices, citing potential irreversible damage, turning this artistic dedication into a serious health concern. Beyond the physical, the psychological burden of Christian Bale's method acting is equally profound. Constant immersion in complex, often dark characters can blur the lines of identity, making it difficult to fully disengage. Living under extreme caloric restriction or forced overeating also impacts mental health, leading to mood swings, irritability, and potentially disordered eating patterns. The process of shedding one's identity to fully embrace another can leave lasting psychological imprints, requiring significant recovery time and self-reintegration, highlighting the hidden costs of such artistic dedication. Christian Bale himself has acknowledged the toll of his transformations. After Vice, he stated, "I keep saying I'm going to stop. I really think I've got to stop because it's not healthy for your body." This sentiment suggests a growing awareness of the unsustainable nature of his past methods. While he still dedicates himself fiercely to roles, there appears to be a conscious effort to move away from the most extreme physical alterations. This indicates a potential shift from sheer obsession towards a more balanced, albeit still intense, approach to his craft. This raises a fundamental question: at what point does the pursuit of authentic performance outweigh the personal cost? Bale's transformations have undeniably produced memorable, critically acclaimed performances that have elevated his status as a legendary actor. Yet, the price paid in terms of physical health and psychological well-being is immense. This trade-off forces us to evaluate the ethics of such extreme methods. Is the artistic truth worth the potential long-term damage to the individual? It's a complex equation with no easy answers, pushing the boundaries of what is considered acceptable in the name of art. In more recent roles, such as Ford v Ferrari and Thor: Love and Thunder, Bale has shown a nuanced evolution in his approach. While still committed, the extreme body fluctuations seem to have lessened. For Ford v Ferrari, he focused more on embodying racer Ken Miles's precise mannerisms and intense focus rather than radical weight alteration. This suggests a transition towards prioritizing character nuance and internal performance over physically shocking changes. It highlights a maturing understanding of his craft, perhaps finding new avenues for immersive acting that are less detrimental to his health. Audiences and critics are often mesmerized by Bale's commitment, viewing his transformations as a benchmark of dedication. This admiration contributes to his legend, making him one of the most respected actors of his generation. The visual impact of his physical changes undeniably adds layers to his characters, making them more visceral and believable. However, this also comes with a responsibility to acknowledge the cost. The public's fascination, while validating his work, can inadvertently perpetuate the idea that such extreme sacrifices are necessary for great art, potentially influencing other aspiring actors. Christian Bale's filmography is a masterclass in immersive acting, undeniably leaving a profound mark on cinematic history. His willingness to push boundaries has redefined what audiences expect from a committed performance. Yet, his journey also serves as a poignant case study, highlighting the razor-thin line between artistic dedication and self-destructive obsession. As he enters a new phase of his career, perhaps scaling back the physical extremes, his legacy will undoubtedly be remembered not just for the unforgettable characters he brought to life, but also for the powerful, and at times alarming, dedication he embodied.